Welcome to Joyful Jen Yoga. Today's practice is for equestrian vaulters. The idea of this practice is to get your body warmed up, strong and open for compulsories. So we'll be doing different drill-like movements related to yoga that'll help strengthen and open your hip flexors, strengthen your core, strengthen and open your shoulders, hamstrings, legs, all of the things that you need to be able to perform the compulsory exercise as well. I hope you enjoy it. So we'll begin at the top of the mat just to warm up a little bit with some sun salutations. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, let your knees bend. Inhale, lengthen your spine, draw your shoulder blades down your back, and then soften into fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to hearts. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more half sun salutation. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale to fold, warming up the back body. Lengthen your spine and soften. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Moving on. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen your spine. Step your left foot back behind you. Keep your left hand on the earth. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Take a breath in, exhale, right hand touches down, step back. Shift forward onto your tiptoes, knees lower, lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, pull your heart forward, squeeze the bottoms of your shoulder blades down, and soften. Press up through strong all fours to downward facing dog. In your down dog, pull your ribs to your hips. Really stay connected to core. This will help with stand. This will help with any sort of handstanding or any work with swings or scissors. Full breath in and out. Left leg reaches up. And then pull your left knee to your nose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee to nose. Starting to warm up the hip flexors. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee to nose, step your foot in between your hands. Left arm stretches up. Full inhale. Exhale, left hand touches down, look forward. Big step to the top of your space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to hearts. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step back with your right foot. Let your right knee lower to the ground. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands touch down. Step back to high plank. Knees up or down, lower to the earth. Untuck your toes. Pull your heart forward. Exhale, soften. Lift up through strong all fours to downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach up. Think knee to nose and then step your foot in between your hands. Left knee lowers down. Inhale, arms sweep up. Full inhale. Exhale, hands touch down. Tuck your back toes. Big step to the top of your space. Lengthen your spine and fold it in. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to hearts. One more full round. We'll add on a little bit here. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step left foot back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands touch down. Step back to high plank. Shift forward, lower halfway. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, over toes, down dog. Left leg reaches up. Exhale, left knee to your nose. Inhale, reach up. Knee to nose. Inhale, reach up. Think knee to nose. Step the foot lightly between your hands. Inhale, arms reach up. Full breath in, hands touch down. Walk your hands forward. Float the right leg up, coming into a standing split or needle shape. Maybe one or both hands could come to your calf. Finding some balance here. Woo. And then hug the right knee into your chest. Release the foot. Lengthen spine and fold. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step your right foot back. Inhale, arms sweep up. This time, take a hold of your right wrist. Lengthen, lean to the left. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, hands touch down. Step back, lower halfway. Inhale, heart pulls forward, up dog or cobra. Exhale, over toes, down dog. Right leg reaches up. Full inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach up. Think knee to nose, step the foot forward. Inhale, arms reach up. Left, grab onto that left wrist, lengthen, lean to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhale, hands down. Walk your hands forward. Float the left leg up. Maybe bringing your torso to your shin if you'd like. You could even play with that balance. Noticing perhaps how from one day to the next balance changes quite a bit. And hands down, hug the left knee in, release the foot. Lengthen your spine and fold. Inhale, arms reach up and hands come to heart. Now that you're hopefully feeling a little warm, we'll hop our feet as wide as the mat, let toes turn out. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, lower down into a squat. Notice how your hips feel here. Some deep hip flexor flexion. Notice what shows up. Reach your arms forward, take an inhale. Exhale, lower your bum down, shins parallel to the earth. Inhale, lift your hearts. Good. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chest, and pull your ribs down. You should be isolating the hip flexors. They should feel really strong here. If you'd like, you could point your toes. Full inhale. Exhale, hover off the ground, ribs towards hips. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. One more time. Lift. Lower. And hug your knees into your chest. Take another breath in. And out. Start to rock a little forward and back. And then see if when you rock to your seat, you could lift up onto all fours. Now, options here. I like to have a blanket underneath my knees. You absolutely don't have to. So from here, we're gonna walk our fingertips forward so that our hips stay over our knees. We'll take a breath in and then melt our heart down. Think of this as a really nice stretch for your shoulders. If it feels okay, you might even rock your chin down to the ground as long as that feels safe on your neck. And then work your way up to all fours. When you come to all fours, pull your ribs to your hips, feel really strong through your center, and then just melt your heart to the ground and press up in between your shoulder blades. Watch that my elbows aren't bending. I'm just melting around the shoulder blades and pressing back up. It's really important to be able to isolate the movement around the shoulder blades for a lot of the compulsory and freestyle moves. Take another breath in and out. Beautiful. Walk your hands about half a hand print forward. Come forward so that you're in kind of a plank pose, but with your knees down. So you could check, be in your plank, lower knees down. Take an inhale and exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press up. As you do that, squeeze your elbows into your ribs to help stimulate your flag pose. Take an inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. Keep thinking ribs draw towards hips. Full inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, lift up, press back into your child's pose. Knees bend quite a bit. They could widen out to the side. You could bring your palms together and work your thumb to the nape of your neck. Full inhale and exhale. Hands touch down, come back up to all fours. This should look relatively familiar. We'll extend our right leg back, left arm will stretch forward. So to do something a little different, notice what would happen if you flexed your foot. So if you drew your toes into your shin instead of pointing. Take a breath in, exhale, elbow to knee under your body. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch it out, bend your right knee, reach back, catch your foot. Press your foot into your hand, open the left side of your chest. Full inhale. And exhale, inhale, extend out. Lower your knee, keep that arm forward. Take your right forearm underneath your forehead and melt into that left shoulder. Inhale, come all the way back up to all fours. From your all fours, engage through your center, again pressing the earth away. Send your left leg back, right arm forward. Play with flexing your foot just for something different. Take a breath in and exhale, elbow to knee under your body. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach out, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch out. Bend that left knee, reach back, catch your foot. Open up through that right shoulder. Full breath in and out. Gently release. Let your left knee touch. Let your right hand come forward. Left forearm underneath your head. Stretch more into the right shoulder. Steady breath in and out through your nose. And then take your hands down underneath shoulders. We'll take one elbow down and then the next so that your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. You could press your palms together or really work your fingertips into the mat. I like to do this little thing where I kind of draw my elbows in and then pull out so that the elbow skin kind of sticks to the mat. It helps you to stay in one place so that your elbows don't wing out to the side. Tuck your toes and start to walk your feet in. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees quite a bit. Lift from your navel, stretch up to a dolphin. Bend your knees and stretch on up. One more time, bend knees, stretch on up, and gazing forward. You could take a hop or two just for fun. Maybe catching a little air, and then give it a go on the other side. Right leg floats up, a hop or two. And then lowering down. Having your thighs close together, arms back behind you, resting forehead down. Inhale, walk all the way up to all fours. Step your right foot forward and then start to straighten out your right leg. Toes pull in towards your shin. Lift and lengthen your spine and then fold over. Opening the backs of the legs so that perhaps they're more willing to lift nice and straight for mill. And then you could take the right foot over to the left side of your space, walking your hands to the right, maybe feeling a lot of opening on the outside of that right thigh. And then walk your hands back. Bend into your knee so that your right knee comes to your right wrist. Tuck your left toes. Keep the toes tucked. Keep your right heel near your groin. And just start to kind of wiggle down until you feel a nice stretch for your left side hip flexors. That'll serve you in your riding seat. If you want to make this really active, you could start to lift your torso up. Make sure it doesn't feel tight on your low back. You could also let the left knee lower and play with reaching your arms up. Feeling both stretch and strength here. Full inhale. Exhale, hands touch down. Come back up. Right knee on the ground, left leg lifts up. Take the left foot over to the right side. Start to look over your right shoulder. And then let that leg slide and see if you can get a nice stretch through the outer right hip. Full inhale. And exhale. Use your core to lift back up. Step your left foot forward now. Straighten the left leg. Inhale for length. Exhale to fold over that left leg. Notice anywhere from your heel to your hip. See if that wants to open a bit. Full inhale. And exhale, draw the left foot over to the right if you'd like. Hands could walk to the left. Gently come back towards center, hands under shoulders. Bend that left knee to your left wrist. Right heel toward, or left heel rather, towards your right groin. Walking the right toes back until you start to feel a little stretch through the front of that right thigh. Staying lifted here up on fingertips. Maybe letting the right knee touch down or keep it lifted. See if you could reach your arms up. So there's stretch and strength happening here, which is so important in vaulting. Full breath in. And out, hands come down, slide that left knee underneath you, reach the right leg up and then take it all the way over to the left and start to slide your body down. Notice how that outer left hip feels. Another steady breath in. And out, come back up through all fours. And let your knee come down. Start to scoot your knees forward so that your thighs are touching. And sit back, almost like you could imagine kind of sitting your sits bones behind your heels. That might sound really weird, but see if you can have your ankles so that they're pointed straight back behind you. Hands could come back behind you. When you get to a point where this feels like too much, stop. But if it feels okay, you might lift your knees off the ground. Encouraging the stretch through the front of your ankles. Take another inhale. And exhale, lower that down. We'll tuck the toes, which might sound counterintuitive because we don't often flex our feet in vaulting, but this helps to open the fascia through the whole back line of our body. Take another breath in. And out, pat out the tops of your feet. And then scooch forward, coming into a seat. So you don't have to have blocks. They could be books or, I don't know, anything else that you have access to. The foam rollers work really well. So we're going to take our blocks and have our feet relatively close, maybe a 12 or so inches apart. And we'll start with our left leg. You could point or flex or do a round of each. That would probably be best for your body to even out. We'll try to lift up. So what that means is your pelvis has to tip just slightly forward because the tendency here is to tip back. So keep lifting forward. Have your fingertips back behind you. And we'll start with a slower, shorter kind of movement here. We'll inhale, lift up, tap the left knee to the right. Inhale, lift, tap back down. Inhale, lift, and over to the left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, tap. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, tap. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more round. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Take the blocks to the other side. We'll adjust accordingly. Lift your chest back up. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, tap down. Inhale, exhale. And release. Now, the beauty of the blocks is you can make this as big or small of a movement as you'd like. You could really walk the blocks out more, lift up, lift all the way out to the side, come back through. It is absolutely up to you, so you're in charge. We'll press, so clearly that is to help assist with the hip flexor strength for the mill. Now looking at some movements that can be really helpful for backwards scissors or backwards swings, we'll take our hands back behind us, fingertips facing forward, feet about hips width distance apart. We'll inhale, lift hips up, and exhale, tap hips down. Inhale, lift up, exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift, and lower. This time, press into your left foot, extend your right leg, and we'll inhale, lift up, exhale, straighten. Inhale, lift, and exhale, release. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Switch sides. Straighten out the left leg, press into the right foot. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now, the next movement will be more helpful or more useful, I'd say, if you have blocks, but you can do it without. It's just a little bit more challenging. I'm going to do blocks here to make it a little easier for my body. So we'll come into that reverse plank shape. So, or reverse push-up, whatever you want to look at it as. Especially if you're thinking about having you or one of your students doing D-compulsories. This is going to be the hardest of the D-compulsories. Also, it's just a hard movement. A lot of kids put this in their freestyle and they don't do it very well. So, it takes a big amount of opening in your chest and a really strong core. So you can put your hands on blocks or the earth, and then we'll start to lift our hips, lift our chest, squeeze your glutes quite a bit here, and then lower back down. Now that could be the movement that you play with. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, lowering back down. Now, if you wanted to get kind of exciting about this, you could take a blanket, or perhaps I have my leggings over my heels, so that'll work lovely. I'm going to extend out into that reverse plank and then pull hips back so you're floating almost like a pike. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hug back. Inhale, lift. And then this time, maybe heels lift off the ground and lower. So that can be a fun little exercise if you'd like. We'll cross ankles now and come back to downward facing dog. Return to your steady breath. Try to commit to breathing in and out through your nose if you can. And then reach your right leg up and back. Step the right foot lightly between the hands so that you end up back in a lunge shape. Now, I like to do this with blocks. You don't have to. So we're going to play with kind of scissoring into lunges, and it's a nice way to get some of that fast twitch muscle fiber action that we need in mount and in scissors, but we don't do a lot of that. We do a lot of static stretches instead. So we'll press into our hands, kind of get this lift, this buoyancy, and then start to switch and switch. And you're trying to land as softly as possible. Switch and switch and switch. You might feel your heart rate get a little higher. One more time, switch to the left and switch right. Awesome. Slide the blocks off to the side. Roll to the outside of your left foot. You might take your peace fingers around your right big toe as you roll into a side plank. So it could look like side plank. It could also look like taking your right big toe and maybe straightening up. Full inhale. Exhale, release. Hands down, toes down. Shift forward, lower halfway. Inhale, heart draws forward. Exhale, over, toes down, dog. Left leg reaches up. Left foot steps forward, finding your blocks again if you use them. And then we'll play again with those little switches from side to side. So it's a lift up from your low belly and float, and float, and float, float, side to side. Good, one more, and then slide the blocks off to the side. Right hand touches down. Roll to the outside of the right foot, either stepping left foot on top of the right, or maybe finding your left big toe, stretching the leg up, and gently releasing, coming forward, lower. Inhale, heart draws forward, and exhale, down dog. Now from this down dog, walk your hands in just a little and walk your left foot so the heel will land. You might have to bend your knee quite a bit. Stretch your right leg straight back. You could point your toes, get a little buoyancy in that left knee, and then start to play with floating up. Look slightly forward and start to try to make an L with your left and right leg. So shoulders over wrists, hovering and coming back. And then this time switch. And now that right foot plants, but the knee is nice and soft. Left leg is stick straight. And we float. And just kind of notice how much air you catch. Now, any handstand play is going to be wonderful for scissors and for flight exercises, but this next little movement is meant to somewhat simulate coming into the first part of flank, which is really tricky for a lot of us. So it's all about that piking movement. I don't care if your legs get up at all. What I'm looking to see is, can you get your hips over your shoulders? It'd be really helpful. So we're back in that down dog, but we're gonna shorten our stance a little so our feet are closer to our wrists. And then, so your heels will wanna be just about to the ground, but then we'll lift our heels off, bend our knees, look forward, really think ribs to hips, engage core, press out through the shoulders, and a little hop. Hips over your shoulders. And you might pike all the way up. It might happen, it might not. Play. And then see if you can play with pulling your heels all the way down to your wrists. But really play with that. It can be really helpful to get that pike sequence. Lower your bum down to the ground. Stretch your legs out in front of you. point your ankles. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Start to release through the back body. And then come all the way back up to hands and knees. Right leg stretches forward, and then we'll let that kind of left hip fall toward the ground. And then stretch the right leg straight and start to play with wiggling the right leg forward. You could come on to the left toes, lift up your torso. Full breath in and out. Come on back to all fours. Left leg comes forward. Opening through that right hip flexor again, straightening out the leg, wiggling the leg forward, tucking the right toes, noticing how your split on your left side feels. Committing to breathing in and out through your nose. And then come all the way back up. One last little movement. We haven't done a lot of side to side movement today, and that's okay for our purposes right now. So walk your feet wide, turn your toes out a little, and just start to slide side to side. Notice how the inner thighs feel. And then coming to stillness, start to heel toe your feet apart until perhaps you sit all the way down into your straddle. Start to reach your arms up. Take your right arm down, your right leg. I'll mirror you here. Left arm reaches up. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, up through center. You can crawl yourself forward if you'd like. Walk hands up, scoop your knees up, and then lower onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Just give yourself a little squeeze here. And then take your right ankle over your left thigh, finding a figure four, hugging the left knee in, moving a little to the right, a little to the left. And then releasing, switching sides, left ankle over the right thigh, again a little movement to the right and left. And then sending both legs up, give yourself a little tantrum here, shake it all out. Land your feet, couple of options here. You could play with coming into a bridge pose, reaching for your ankles, or interlacing hands under your back. Or if it would suit you, hands could come underneath your shoulders, and you could lift up into what we call wheel in yoga. Full inhale. Exhale, lowering your body back down. Walking feet as wide as your mat, letting knees knock in. And then walk feet in. Find your shins parallel. Take your hands to your thighs. Press your thighs forward. Resist with your legs and re-engage through your core. Full inhale. Exhale, hug it in. And then land your feet. Slide your hips over to the left. Let your knees move over to the right. Open up through your heart. And then walk your feet back into center. Hips move to the right, knees move to the left. Twisting, looking over your right shoulder if it feels good. And then work your way back to center. And then the best part about yoga, coming into Savasana, letting your arms rest at your sides, legs extend long, and consciously relax your muscles. Let everything come to rest. No matter how hard we work, no matter what our goal is, it's so important to let our body and our mind rest. If we don't, we really stall our ability to succeed. So let yourself pause. Hit the pause button on training, hit the pause button in your mind, and allow yourself to be still so that your body can rest, your muscles can heal. You can stay in your rest pose for as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, we'll hug our knees in, roll to your favorite side, come all the way up to a seat. You could also sit in meditation for as long as you'd like. Really important to help clear our minds so that we can stay as focused as possible when we get on the horse. Hands come to heart, bowing forehead to fingertips in gratitude. I wish you all abundant joy. Be well.